Check.
Oh yeah, they're talking in the ring.
All right.
You ready to hit the previews? You already did that.
We're streaming. We're live right now.
Hey,
everybody. We're literally live, but nobody's wanting to move like we're live.
I am. I'm here.
We got microphones?
Yeah.
It's
we
the
have
Rossum
to,
show.
We
Baby.
have to have microphones.
I got to be here first.
Damn it.
Nope.
All right.
Dang it.
Check 1, 2.
All right. Coming to you live on remote, Orlando, Florida. This is Monday Night Rossum. And we're trying to get all the crews settled. We had a bit of a hectic day, had some fun.
Yeah, we did.
We're still at Mania, still technically.
We're still at Mania, exactly. That's
I'm
what
on
happened.
vacation.
So,
I'm back from the dead.
okay. Which one you got there?
The dead one.
Okay. You got to talk louder. Cool. All right. So, once we get everybody settled, we'll kick the show off. But like we always do, kind of the show before the show. If the camera quality is bad, guys, I apologize. On remote, we got internet from the resort, so, we get what we get, right? You know what? Let's go ahead and just kind of officially, unofficially start the show up. So, Malcolm, the Monday Night Rossum, Rody Rob here, again, live from Orlando. We've been here the entire weekend for TakeOver and for Mania. And
you're doing an indie show Friday?
we did an indie show Friday and some other cool things. So we just got done watching Monday Night Raw, so we're going to discuss that in kind of a bare bones. We'll start the big 5 topics. We'll do a little bit of Rossum Awards. And we'll kind of have some open discussion about what we saw tonight on the biggest Monday Night Raw of the year. You guys good? Everybody good there? Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get the windows shut there so we don't have all the noise.
All the kids on the inside. Oh, it's
They're on
hectic.
vacation too.
Yeah, our resort is just we are full of people right now. So
And there's so much excitement the kids won't go to sleep yet.
exactly. So next year there'll be no kids.
Well, like everybody's birthdays this weekend. There's
Right.
one of the kids' birthday. We talked about how the marked out universe is all right here.
Right, and we have been up to, since 4 in the morning every single night this weekend for the last 4 or 5 days. So we're pretty exhausted. So
We go hard.
Yes, we do. And excuse Brian is not going to be in. Brian is going to check out for tonight. Brian he's done.
Yeah, Brian had a fun weekend, but it's
Yeah.
going to cost him tonight's podcast.
Can you use that mic, please, Medine? That one there? Yeah.
Brian should be back though tomorrow on Smarkdown.
Yeah. So
Thursday.
Yeah. So let's see. Who do we have on the board live with us who stuck it out for the wait?
There was somebody, Sir Sam the Third. I've
Yes,
never seen him
welcome
before.
yeah,
aboard.
he was
Sam.
talking some junk to
Hey,
me.
welcome.
Yeah.
Joker's with us.
So-
Yeah, somebody was talking about your chicken legs. I saw Mayor Test is on the board, and so is Stephen Lopez.
All right. Good to have the normal crew on there.
Noah, you're here too.
Noah's here.
Juan and his love of Dean Ambrose. He even put Dean now on his picture. Good job, Juan.
Did he really?
Mr. Steichler.
Yeah, look on the board there.
I can't see the board. I'm not in a position to see the board. All right, guys. So Monday night, like I said, let's do our Rossum show. Again, this is going to be bare bones. We don't have any music. Don't have anything special. So here we go. Extra big ass topic. So our 5 extra big ass topics tonight, and these will not be all the discussion we're going to have on the show because there just was a lot more than 5 topics. So here's our big 5. We'll run and we'll go back, rewind, and talk about them. Topic number 1 is going to be fuck you, SmackDown. Fuck you. Topic number 2 is
I don't like that topic.
yeah. Topic number 2 is Kiara's going to be joining us soon. What? I'm literally talking on the mic live
doing
right
the
now.
show
You
right
just
now.
say what you want to say.
Now that you open the
yeah.
door, we can't hear
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Go away. Go away, Baton.
All right. That was Kiara. She'll probably maybe join us later. Topic number 2, we are bloodthirsty. Topic number 3, Brian bought a cargo van. Topic number 4, Finn wins. Finn wins. And finally, topic number 5 is going to be we went high, and now we're going to go low. So let's go ahead and start with our first topic. Topic number 1 is going to be our fuck you SmackDown category. Fuck you, SmackDown.
Yeah, it was brewing since last night.
Yeah. So
Loving it.
what do we have tonight? We had
Hardys.
Revival. We had the Hardys.
Fuck you.
We have the rumor of JR.
Fuck you.
Who else did we have tonight?
I don't care.
Well, Finn
Balor.
comes back.
I hate you.
Emma showed up.
yeah.
I feel like there was somebody.
You got
Kurt.
two. You got
Kurt
two
was
injury
talking-
returns.
That's the big
You
one.
get a new GM.
Don't-
and you have easily the 2 top
Don't
tag
hate.
teams.
You're
in
going to
the
get
company.
You're going to get Shinsuke tomorrow.
And
maybe
an
Ty
appearance
Dillinger.
by the
Yeah,
chairman.
but
And we had
I'm
Rance,
sorry.
yes.
I would be excited for Shinsuke, but I don't have faith that they're going to do him right, and I don't have faith that it's going to cost me AJ.
Okay. So you don't think you're going to lose AJ?
No,
Superstar
I think
Shakedown
it's gonna
next
cost me AJ, so it's an even Steven, and you get another fucking one. Is what really Shinsuke coming to me means that you get another one.
And you'll get
is what
Ty
I-
Dillinger and the Drifter, of course. You might, Drifter would be good.
I want El Vagabundo.
CN Almas will be a great addition to your
Oh
roster.
my God, listen to you.
He'll be great.
I'm actually
CN Almas?
No, I'm just saying you're trying to like
I'm
talk them up so high because
No, that is
we
probably
absolutely
no.
cashed
He's,
it on Richards
he's actually
today.
serious there, Medine. That
No,
is
I know.
probably the only one that he thinks is bad that he's not getting. Is
I think
Almas.
it's going to be absolutely wonderful.
I do.
So I'm sorry, I got to go back here. Hold on. Somebody talk for a second.
So basically, I don't understand though, and somebody explain this to me. I know you're excited, Rob, Steve, to get these guys, but Revival and Hardys together.
Well, our tag division really wasn't that strong.
The Coffin on
That's
Golden
nice,
Truth and the Shining are getting TV time.
Maybe
No, they'll stick around for those times when they need to put those guys, make those guys look good.
No, they now have 5 quality tag teams. They've got the Club. They got the Steve Awesome dubbed Cesaro.
Exactly. What did
Um,
you just say there, though?
they've
in that
got-
sentence. Quality.
Yeah.
You need a couple of.
But what I'm saying
non-quality
now,
tag
you
teams.
potentially have 4 or 5, depending on if you want to count Enzo and Cass. You have 4 or 5 quality tag teams. I don't have one. On the
That
one,
you have quality, but they're not given the
okay,
opportunity
that's
to
true
show.
because Vaudevillains and Brizongo are quality that they're not using. You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree there.
Vaudevillains were over as fuck in NXT.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Brizongo. Both those guys are good workers. The gimmick is kind of funny right now, and they're getting nothing. But I mean, fuck, he got jobbed out to Nikki. I know it's not Smarkdown, but that's what I'm saying. Your tag division is now a division. Mine is guys that don't get on TV.
Yeah. Okay. So there's our first topic. We got all.
Fuck you, Rob.
Yeah, well-
Dick Steve.
There's going to be some good. You'll have some good excitement.
But I think the programming overall creative stars after tonight.
if they keep this pace.
Myself in your topic run, but I agree.
Yeah. So here we go.
even had a Vince sighting.
Is we are blood talking about the crowd there, how they're just bloodthirsty in reference to Stephanie, but that's more maybe he knows because, and we'll talk about it more later on.
He was playing it off as Stephanie. He knew we're bloodthirsty for him. He knew.
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't.
And as great as a crowd, there was an opportunity to really show how much disdain we have for some of the current and talent. Yeah. That I don't want to get ahead because I want topic 5 to be what topic 5 is, but
We'll
we
just
said
stick with Vince on this one.
yeah. Here's the opportunity for the fans to say this sucks, not just in a chant form. At it. I don't know how I'm trying to say this.
This was also Vince's opportunity to potentially, because Stephanie, anybody on the board always talks bad about Stephanie. Stephanie will acknowledge the crowd. He acknowledged them in the angle of bloodthirsty. This was Vince's opportunity to show a little backbone and at least defend his choices, if not explain them.
Yeah,
and he skirted the issue.
That's exactly what I was trying to formulate there. This is your moment to explain it. Crowd, you should have held him accountable to explain it.
Yeah, they
'Cause
should have given him the Roman treatment.
All he
because
did
it's his fault that Roman is where he is.
Yeah, and all he is a puppet master. That's all he did out there. He just puppet master. That was it. That was completely it.
And the other thing, I think, Steve, you pointed this out, is that the crowd did do their best, but they kind of gave up because Vince just kept talking.
Yeah, he just. Well, he's talking,
that was me,
It was
actually.
Medine.
That was
Good
Medine.
point,
Who cares?
Bob.
I never cite the right fucking
But
No, you don't.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I just talked right over him
Yeah.
because
That's the way
I
to
mean,
handle a crowd.
That is, if you're going to be a real heel, then whatever they say really doesn't matter. You might let them get their their boos in
You
just
use it to your advantage.
build it up. But yeah, otherwise you
do you
just
think
turn
the
it around
crowd
on
had
them.
more fun tonight, though, because they got to voice their opinion directly to him, even if
sure.
it wasn't heard by him?
Sure,
But
absolutely.
this is the crowd that's smart, and the only crowd that throughout the year is really a synchronized together crowd.
Oh, yeah.
You go anywhere else, and
Equal mindset.
51 weeks out of the year.
The
this is not
people
the
that
crowd.
did 4 nights straight this weekend, going from Hall of Fame to Takeover
Shit
to
that did 20 events this weekend. Yeah.
Those are the true Smart Mark fans, and that's why Raw, because you have such a crazy weekend. That's why Raw is where it is at the end, is because this is why it's the best Raw. You're only going to get the diehards in this crowd because everybody else is
A lot
burnt
of
out.
Euro
Yeah.
influence, like you're saying.
I'm curious. The last 2 topics here, board. I'd like to talk to the guys there.
Sam the Third said, I guess he's referring to Vince. He's not going to go out there and go. Is why we are pushing Roman. I don't know.
No, he
we
doesn't
don't
have
know.
to say that. He just has to address the crowd and give a little, like, what we're saying is he doesn't have to acknowledge it. If he says just a couple phrases to shoot the crowd down, he at least is showing he's got the balls to back it while he's standing in the ring. Because he's been.
You can do tweets and you can do interviews and shoots and shit and say, oh, he's a fucking future. Deal with it if you don't like it. He's been saying lately. So you know what? If he's gonna do it in those mediums, do it in the middle of your ring on your flagship show.
Brian York said, "If welcome aboard again, Brian. If more crowd acted like that and booed and chanted at Roman like that, it would cause WWE to change how it's booked and would have no choice."
You know, I don't think that.
I mean, tonight.
I'm jumping ahead.
No, I get it. Okay, so anyway, Vince, all we're saying is Vince could have taken the time to just do what he's been doing off of the camera.
Yeah, he could have just put his balls
Right.
where's
Mike Hawk joined us earlier too. Just
Mike
wanted to
Hawk.
vote in. John Stroud fan
I like
line
what you
tonight.
did there, Rob.
So no
Yeah,
Bob
yeah.
either.
All right. Number 3 is Brian bought a cargo van. This should be. This basically is just the Emma sighting here. Emma finally getting in the ring. And let me say this before you guys jump in. I actually thought this was a fairly impressive match based on what we've seen from them lately.
And I'm not even going to guess who said it this time, but somebody said that give Dana a chance, maybe because she worked with Emma, that they're going to be good. And
It was
Dana
evident
looked
tonight
okay.
in the match.
Yeah,
That was you,
me.
Rob.
Yeah, Medina, what you look? You got something you want to say?
I was thinking when Emma came out and really reestablished her character by standing on the announce table.
Yeah.
That was like a presence like, hey, this isn't Emelina. This isn't those for 4 months. This is me, who I really am.
Right.
And I'm here for
The only bad
business.
thing about that, Medina, she looked really unsteady. She stepped on a mine there because she almost.
Ah,
I
but
mean,
still, but that was,
no.
little shit like
Tit
that.
for tat, fucking
exactly. I didn't
Adam.
even really notice that.
Quit shitting on her already because she.
Oh, no, no, no.
Maybe just
I
lose the dark
loved the
lipstick.
moment
I
at
don't
the
know,
end of the
so.
match when it looked like Nia, Charlotte, and her were having a little
Right.
and Nia attacked Charlotte first, and Emma just went bye.
So
Just like a heel.
Here's a question we have going to the end of that match because obviously we're hoping that you out there saw it, but we saw a possible program being started between Nia and Charlotte, and the question we had amongst ourselves was, who takes the face turn here? Is Charlotte going to go face,
No.
or is Nia going to go face?
I think
And
Charlotte's.
it gives Sasha a chance to go heel on separately.
The division will be
Right.
balanced. You're right, Steve. If one of these the other doesn't, there's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
The division's too small not to.
We thought Sasha was going to make the turn during the match or even right after.
You thought that. That's coming up.
No,
Well,
no,
he wants
I,
that.
I was not the only one saying that.
It's
He
gonna,
wants
it's gonna
her to
happen,
be a heel
but not
so
until
bad.
Payback.
I don't care if she's a heel one way or the other. I think she's better as a heel.
I think they've already introduced it, Rob, with her new hair. If you notice, the hair is different. It's darker.
Yeah.
It's longer. The cut
Are
is
you
different.
representing
jacket
Bob
was dark,
tonight?
I
That's what
think.
Bob says with the colors when you
True.
look darker.
It's absolutely
Well,
true.
okay, all right.
The board referring to all this, they just thought.
But not only that,
what
but
she
wait,
is.
after. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
Go ahead. What's the board
I
say?
wasn't done.
They're just
Go ahead.
referring to how high
You
Emma
can
is. I
stop
just wanted to point
pausing
that
so
out.
fucking much. Go ahead.
And Brian York says Charlotte turns face versus Nia.
I don't necessarily buy that. Charlotte's the ultimate heel. What were you saying, Medine?
I was saying with Sasha, her demeanor after Bailey got pinned
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you got pinned. Sorry, I'm not.
Well,
really
that's what
gonna
I'm
help
talking
you
about.
out."
When I said that I wasn't the only one thinking it. We were all kind of thinking it.
Oh no, the seeds were planted, but
Okay.
it wasn't going to happen right there.
They
All
want
right.
us to cut the video because they don't like to wait.
So anyway, I think the women are looking good. I like the. I like. What's wrong? Who are you
They
flipping
said,
on?
I don't know, cut the video for what?
I don't
Don't
know,
like
they,
it?
they don't
You
want to
don't-
look at
you don't
Rob's
wanna look at us?
gonads or
You
something.
don't want to look at my. Okay.
So
Good.
just get a towel.
You know what,
Rob. Cover
fuck-
those.
Do
You know
what
what?
you guys normally do.
You guys can do it. Just don't look at the screen. How
pull up
about
like
that?
yeah, exactly. Pull up a different
Yeah.
screen. Let's do the porn
Rob's
shit
trying
that
to
you
get a
guys usually do.
centerfold shoot.
Fuck it. You know what? Here. Finn wins. Finn wins. Adam, take this for a second.
All right, so Finn, again, here's one when we talk about the Sasha. We thought that Finn might. He's tag team partnered with Rollins, the guy that injured him. We thought that there might be something there. There might be some kind of like hell to pay. There might be some kind of payback. And instead, at the end, it looked like Seth Rollins is forgiving Finn and raising his hand, like almost cost you a year, but it's okay here.
It was a good opportunity for Finn to do a heel turn and action.
Even if he didn't want to join the faction, Steve, like I still think that having nothing come out, the guy that put you on the shelf, and Kurt, that you tag with him, and I get it for the storyline and the return, and I get that Finn had to get the did, but there should have been some, just like Vince should have said something to the crowd. or told him to shut the fuck up. Finn should have done something here at the end. He didn't have to go full heel necessarily, but he had to do something, and he didn't.
There's still opportunity for that to happen.
There is, but I mean,
Well,
tonight was a big fucking cock tease for the most part. Because the only thing they really told us, I know you hate it, the only thing they really told us was Brock's next challenger. I know we're going to get to that, but everything else was a cock tease. We found out a number one contender for the tag titles,
Yeah.
but I mean, we knew that when the match started. We knew Enzo and Cass were going to be number one contenders.
I think there's a very we thought Finn was going to be the fourth member of the. We don't even know if there is a faction. We all think there is, and we all would have liked to have seen that. I think
maybe they'll be like the mafia. Nobody knows about them.
maybe I had a thought process going, and you just jump in there and you fucking kill it when you do that.
You paused like Medine.
No, I did not pause. I paused for effect. Medine paused for a minute, then he started talking again.
I
I'm not done
I
yet.
paused for DOS effects.
Wow.
We want effects. The DAS effects.
No.
Bump, stickity,
Don't
bump, stickity, bump,
jiggle
bump.
like that. Don't jiggle like that.
Nobody can see it anywhere. They're staring at your legs.
There's nothing wrong with my legs.
There's a child almost just flew through a glass place window right
Oh
now.
my god! I wish they'd go fucking.
You have
bad.
one job, Kiera. One job.
One job.
Vacation.
Okay. So anyway, I think it's gonna start a program with Finn and Seth because why not?
But why not start it tonight with at least?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be a shots fired.
Pull the arm away when he
Seth,
raises
exactly.
it up.
When Seth went to raise his hand, he could have been like, "Don't you raise my fucking hand? I'll raise it over here." He didn't even have to attack. There had to be some little acknowledgement of a
Or just a
future
turn.
No, they didn't have to.
or a revenge story.
No.
It's not necessary.
No, yeah. What tonight was?
Really, we acknowledge sex tapes with Biggie and Kofi
No,
looking at Xavier,
no.
but they can't
Okay,
acknowledge
stop
this injury
making
feud.
stupid. I can actually answer you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. No, tonight was not about the storyline. It was not about the faction thing. It was not. It was about Finn's return and having him do that in a main event with main event talent. That's all that was about. Now, if they would have done something, that would have been great. It was. I mean, don't shoot your you're loading the whole first fucking show.
They did give
They gave us a lot.
So they
Yeah.
gave us a lot of speculation.
Right, JD. Anything on the board as far as the Finn thing goes?
I'm trying to see if there's Stephen Lopez just have Finn and Seth show some basic heel qualities. They're going to still get some pops, the same pops, but it keeps the audience invested.
Okay, cool.
Keeps the audience waiting for that pop.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about on speed round. We'll do Braun and fucking Lesnar. All right.
Okay.
I want to get to number 5. So number 5 is we went high. Now it's time to go low. So if you listened or watched our Mania 33 recap show this afternoon, we talked about the Taker Roman thing, and we took the high road for the most part. I mean, a couple jabs here and there, but for the most part, it was more of a reflection upon Taker and what he means to us and his retirement in general. And now I wanted to take the low road. And I wanted to talk about the fact that Roman Reigns is the one that retired Undertaker. I want to talk about the fact that match, and I don't care how big of a Roman mark you are, defender you are, that match was absolutely horrible.
Hot garbage.
Hot garbage. I mean, look, we all give
And
Roman.
it closed a mania and a career.
Yeah, and I get that we give Roman a lot of times, and I think deservedly so, but there have been matches with lesser opponents that he performed better in.
Well, the thing about this is when you told me on April Fool's, Rob, you said Taker got injured in rehearsal,
Yeah.
and the match is off. I got all excited because I think this match and Roman's garbage all the time, but Taker really couldn't go. He almost had no business being out there.
Which is why Roman Reigns.
Somebody that can work better in the ring
Right.
to help him along.
Yeah, so Roman Reigns' wrong choice.
or somebody light like Finn that he could have lifted and thrown around.
That was a great
John
point.
Cena,
Or a
who he
veteran
wanted
like
to
Cena.
begin with.
Yeah, you either go with a guy, a great general and knowledge guy of the business who's earned the right to retire
Right.
you and John Cena, or you give him somebody like fight enough for him to lift and fling around without looking soft.
And Finn has been healthy long enough to start a program with Taker for Mania. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like he wasn't available to do it.
And because both of them weren't on TV, they could have been working this
Oh
and
my
working
God,
this
yeah.
and gotten it to be.
Oh, it
because
could have been
the
excellent.
big thing about this is, and Roman has to, give the devil his due. He has to own up to his part of this. This is a legend, first ballot Hall of Famer retiring, and he did not go out on even a 4 out of 5 star match.
Adam, you're not suggesting though that Finn You're not suggesting that Finn be the guy to retire Taker, though, are you?
Better than Roman.
Medine, I'm not suggesting that Finn be the guy, like the guy to do it. I'm suggesting that if you put a guy his size,
No, okay.
then Taker could
that
do.
part I get.
I'm not just saying.
Or if you put somebody stronger who could actually lift Taker and move him around.
AJ.
Okay, all right.
AJ would have been great.
Because AJ would have gone both ways. AJ could have lifted Taker, and Taker could have lifted AJ.
Yeah.
Now that would be a really tough storyline to sell because those never had any reason to fight.
Yeah.
But I'm talking from a size perspective. It wouldn't have exposed Taker, or we would have been okay with Cena, the 16-time champ Cena, who was the face that ran the place for over a decade. If he retired Taker, we'd not like it because Taker's still gone. But we wouldn't hate it like
I'd
we
have been
do
fine
this.
with it.
Yeah, I would have been
really
fine.
had a program in the very beginning when Taker was the American Badass and John was still the Greenhorn. He gave him that kind of pass, like he's like, "Hey kid, remember?"
Right. It should've
Shook
been
his
that
hand.
back there.
Yeah, that would have been exactly. That would have been a perfect
and
full
another
circle angle.
great idea would have been who on the roster has a fucking history of killing legends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Randy?
I thought about Randy. Yeah.
Randy would have been another choice to retire the
True.
dead man.
So to go to the board.
They've already
here,
fought at Mania though.
Yeah, go for the boards.
Jonathan Duran said Cena would have been twice as worse. I don't know.
No,
that,
God,
but,
there's no
but
fucking
Brian
way.
York says
Sorry.
it should have been no one but Cena. And Steven Lopez said at least Cena would have been able to carry the match.
Yes.
Yes.
Roman was.
And he's also said they would have shown him the respect that Undertaker deserved.
Let's be
Yeah,
clear.
yeah.
Let's be clear, everybody. We wanted somebody to Taker's last match, okay? Because this was being told till today, confirmed that it was his, or we confirmed it because he took
We
off
knew
his
like the day
uniform.
before Mania,
Right.
or 2 days before Mania. Yeah.
But the bottom line is this guy did not go out on a great. How many legends of his stature
5 stars.
go out on great matches?
Just watch the Flair HBK thing.
And Cena, whatever, if he was the choice, Randy, Triple H, there's so many that you could have picked. I have to dig down deep in the roster and think of like Simon Gotch before I get to somebody that I don't want to put on a better match than Roman with Take. You know, like that's the thing is Roman now he's become the martyr, and I think Vince really must think that those are heel boos chanting "fuck you, Roman," an entire stadium of people.
Fuck
They
you. Yeah.
They went to "fuck you, Roman." There's been a lot of Roman sucks.
Go away. Fuck you, Roman.
Yeah, go away and "fuck you, Roman" was new.
Yeah.
And not only that, guys, as far as the match being lackluster, what about the non-story build-up? I mean, Taker has had so many storied feuds that we remember in the past that
Do you think that's
kept
because
us
of his
compelled.
injuries though, or
Yeah,
his
that's probably
abilities?
part of injuries, but still, like, they barely built this up. They started at Royal Rumble with a
With a look.
elimination.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna misquote somebody again here, but Taker came in at number 29, I believe. He might have been 27.
28, I think. But
No, it wasn't 28 because that was Goldberg. That would have been Brian's
That would've
tattoo,
been
so I
Brian's
know that
tattoo.
one.
He's out there.
My point being is that somebody said this earlier, and it really got me thinking. They saw how bad Taker looked in Rumble, and they canceled all the build until the last minute because they knew that he couldn't do anything.
Well,
be.
yeah. We actually, the person that said that was you. So
It was
what?
Yeah. It was.
So you messed up now?
Wow, you didn't even quote yourself.
Dude,
right.
I'm running on lack of sleep.
Yeah.
You know, I had to get up early this morning.
No, I'm with you. So yeah. Well, I don't know if that. No, I don't. WWE does not work that way.
But just the lack of a story really bothered me. 'cause
But
there were so
this
many
guy
times.
is so fragile that any
I wasn't
build
most-
that you had might have
It doesn't matter.
the match
You,
might not
that's it.
happen.
You don't need him to be physical to build a story.
Medine, you nailed that. Here's the problem with Roman Reigns: is his stories have no emotional connection.
Exactly.
None.
Yeah, Joker's Wild said it wasn't a great match, but I don't think it all falls on Roman. Taker is just old and gets a little blame for it.
Well,
also.
it falls on no. Look. Yeah, and what we just said a minute ago was he should have had somebody who could have carried him. That is a management decision.
Correct.
Vince.
Fuck up there.
Yes.
With
Taker
Roman
couldn't go.
But if you look at Roman's body of work in that match, and I'm not even talking about your normal Roman sucks because he only has this many moves or whatever. If you look at his body of work in that match, he looked bad.
Yeah.
Well, and I know, Rob, you and I, we were watching, we were enjoying every bit of this, and we weren't like taking notes like we would if we were watching the show at home.
Sure.
But I don't think your cool kid count would have been outside of the norm.
I think it would have been less.
No, I'm saying like there wouldn't have been there were no new moves. added. There was no extra thing. There was a botched, what it looked like, attempted
Tombstone
tombstone
reversal, yeah.
Yeah, I read it.
That's it.
Sorry, I read an article regarding the symbolism of him botching that tombstone. And so it's basically Taker's legacy is Taker, and Reigns is trying to then he's being passed that legacy, and he can't carry it.
Oh, wow.
That's some symbolism
Shit's
there.
got blown out of my, blown
He
away.
can't carry it.
It's great.
That's karma.
Do it again.
So I mean, it's true. He can do it. He can do it physically, and we know that he can't do it characteristically.
I mean,
Charismatically either.
And if you want to argue with me, Bob, or anybody else, go and look at that. I think it was the second or third Superman punch out of the 5 or 6.
Horrible. It was
And he hit.
absolutely.
It was so fucking bad.
I had the binoculars on, guys, so I saw it like basically I was in there.
Yeah.
You
It
weren't
was
looking at
terrible.
cleavage.
So I don't blame Hunter for the decision to retire Taker. I blame management for that. Or not Hunter, but Roman. I blame Roman for having a really bad match against an icon in his final match.
Sir Sam III said the match was terrible athletically, but the storytelling was great.
What the fuck you say? Well, no.
Well, Taker's storytelling.
No,
Yes.
Taker did a
He did
hell of a
a good
job telling a story.
Yeah.
Taker did.
Especially, you guys have to agree with me and Bob on that one now completely. That after he basically choke slammed Braun and that facial expression, he knew he turned his back on Roman. Like he was selling the fuck out of that.
mean, look, Taker looked old. He looked old and confused, and I think a lot of that was part of the work, part of the acting of Taker, if you want to call it that.
Well, he got confused by the 3 rope runs.
Well, yeah, he looked like an old man looking at a cat running around his yard. Like, what do I do here? You know, or the big dog. I'm sorry, running around his yard. Forgive me.
Yes.
But if you want to say Roman's storytelling was good, you're lying, because when he looked down, he's like, just stay down. That is an acting job that wouldn't get you the backup part on a high school musical.
As opposed to the watching the acting job that HBK pulls off before he puts down Flair. You know, I'm sorry, I love you.
Which,
you know, like
connected emotionally.
Oh my God! Everybody was like, Sean doesn't even want to do this, but he has to.
And then what does Roman do? And I understand again that it's not Roman's fault. I get that there's a lot of creative issues here that they're forced upon him. That's fine. But we're a wrestling podcast. We react Mark as well as the Smart Mark faction or part of it. So when Roman comes out tonight and he just says, "This is my yard," after getting just his ass handed to him by the crowd, no, Undertaker deserves better than that.
And Undertaker, when he retired Shawn Michaels, he felt like it was like a mercy killing because Shawn would not quit no matter what. Like he had to.
That's how you do what Roman should have done.
They
Exactly.
tried to do. It looked like Roman was on that path
and
last
Taker
night.
sold the fuck out of that sit up that he didn't actually sit
Yeah.
up. He sold the shit
falling
out
over.
of
It's
that.
like I can't do it anymore.
I want to say this to everybody listening and anybody who might watch it later, and pass this around. And I don't know if our picture is circulating anywhere out there in Twitter land because none of us had a camera at the point.
Yes.
But when Roman came out, we did what we said we were going to do. If you went on our Twitter and you saw it, we did what we said we were going to do. We all had newspapers. We opened those newspapers in front of our faces,
Our row.
and we didn't make any sounds. We just sat there, our entire row.
The whole song all the way down the long
Actually,
ramp.
the one sound I did make, me and the girl behind me were talking about what was actually on my newspaper
Oh,
page.
that's true. That's true.
We had people laugh. Like, look at these guys.
But look, my fellow brethren, and after this weekend, I say that with all emotion and love, my fellow marks out there, my fellow brethren, this is a plea from me to you. What happened at the beginning of Raw tonight was an uncalculated mistake. It was an absolute mistake. I know you're a Mark Crowd. The chance.
I know you don't like Roman.
But you need to understand, as smart as you are about the business, you should understand this. Reaction is what they want.
Crickets is what they do.
Right, and if you disapprove of Roman Reigns on any level and you think he should not get the push he's getting, he should not be putting Taker down, he should not get the et cetera, when he comes out to the newspaper, although that would be great, you need to sit in your chair quietly and sip your soda and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, give him nothing to work with. Because if Roman comes out tonight and the crowd says nothing and he goes, "It's my yard now," and walks out, and everybody nothing, nobody says a word.
He said it tonight.
Take notice.
Roman actually said it tonight. He opened his hand up and said, "I got you in the palm of my hand."
Yep.
And he does. He fucking has you in the palm of his hand because you are too unwilling to let go of the chance that you want to do versus the product that you want. Let go of the chance. Let it go.
Because here's the other point that kind of echoes that. I'm sorry, but when everybody goes, "You suck" to Kurt Angle, that's a term of endearment now. At this point, the Cena sucks,
Term of endearment.
Exactly. It's something that is the Mark crowd kind of saying, maybe we respect you, but we don't like you, kind of thing. Like whatever it is,
right?
But we're not saying go away. You could say go away to Roman by saying nothing. Imagine if everything he said got crickets. There was no pops, no heat,
nothing.
Creative would have to take notice of that. They would have to.
Yeah, Noah's a big fan of that idea.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know that people are like, I'm going to unsubscribe. They don't care if you unsubscribe because you're not going to do it in enough numbers to really make a dent. And they're going to give it away for free anyway. And people, okay, I guess I'll get it now.
And why should we have to leave? You should leave, Roman.
Right. Yeah, people
told me to go away tonight.
I don't want to stop watching Raw.
Why does 75,000 people have to go away? Why can't just one?
Right.
That's the simple math. I don't. You don't have to be a Jew to know
logic. It's for the better of the whole.
Oh, the fucking Spock. I forget. The
goose and gander.
No, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Anything on the board about Roman? I'm sure they're eating this shit up.
Nothing. There was a lot of talk about
nothing.
Any shit talking. All
the all about Roman. I'm just trying to pick the right stuff.
Just go. Go ahead.
You find one, Medina?
Let's go.
Noah says if absolute silence, that would have been fucking gold. And it also says if Roman came out there and stood there for 10 minutes, that would be great. Okay, that was the same thing twice, Noah. We get that.
The other point we're forgetting is he's apparently number one contender. Brock and Heyman basically named him.
Which we're about to say that we're about to talk about that here in just a second. I do want to extend my plea though. My plea, not just to those who listen. When I talk to a lot of podcasters out there, and I was like, let's collaborate. Okay. Finally, I have an idea of what we can all collaborate on. You need to push this idea on your shows. If you are a podcaster or a wrestling reaction show or whatever the case may be, you need to take this little nugget of an idea, and I don't care about credit. I don't care. I'll take it. Fucking love to take it. Just pass this shit
you love to take it.
Wow. Nothing to do with nothing.
We're going low, right?
You got all these great superstars tonight. I'm allowed to be a little bitter.
You're a dick. All right. Real quick before we jump in, are we going to do the original Jew that leads the crew tonight, or?
Yeah, I can go get him. The other thing that you just glossed over though is that Paul Heyman and Brock. Didn't you say we're going to talk about that?
Yeah, we're going to. I was just asking you a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're still going to do that.
Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ. An extra edition at number 6 here on the Big Ass 5 is going to be real quick Braun and Brock. So,
yeah,
dude, mistake. Absolute mistake having him back up.
That's the third mistake they've made with Braun, and it's the same mistake each time.
Well, okay, so the first one was backing up from Taker?
Backing away, period. Like, he's done that like 3 times now.
Yeah.
He did it to Brock. He did it initially to Show, but we got the match, so that was okay. Right. Braun should not back down to anybody. He looked down on Lesnar. How many guys in this fucking company can look down on Lesnar? 2. The other one was Big Show.
Yeah,
there's 2 that can look down on Lesnar, and Braun backs away. And I'm sorry, with no mic for everybody else to hear, and us just having to hear the ring pick up mic, and Braun going, "No, I'll wait till it's for the title." No, Braun, if you want to go take it,
Roman first,
your whole thing has been competition. I want competition, and then you back the fuck down.
It's never been about
little bitch. He did it to Goldberg. That was the other one.
Right. It's never been about the title for Braun, and now all of a sudden it is.
Yeah.
I find this. Look,
but Baron Corbin's bullshit. I won't fight you, Dean, until it's for the title. Well, it's still going to lose.
Yeah, Braun is a badass who fights anytime, all the time, with anybody. And tonight, everybody in the world that was watching that show went, yes, please, yes.
Everybody thought that we were being saved because Paul was naming Brock and Roman to be the next feud.
We called that shit.
Yeah, well, I was hoping there would be a delay in that, but you called it. I think you said.
I think
it's going to be the 2.
I was talking about it.
The 2 that beat Taker are going to have to square off.
I thought they would wait till Mania next year. Honestly,
no. They're salivating over Roman now. They think he's got all the heat.
I read something that they were going to have Brock be a 1-year champion and build him up to be as strong as possible, only to have Roman knock him down.
So is he going full time? Read that much?
Well, do you remember when he had the WWE Championship like 3 times?
Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, we've talked about it before, how the belts kind of do a cycle where you have one belt that's kind of in the background, you have one belt that's on the forefront, and you have one belt that's kind of low card as if whatever.
Maybe it's time to
maybe
highlight
with the
IC
Hardys
title.
back, with the Hardys
Or
back, tag division. Maybe that gets highlighted for a while, and the title takes a bit of a, a back seat.
But even if the title takes a back seat and Brock goes back to his part-time ways, etc. and stuff, and do we still not think that Roman's going to stand tall at the end of every Raw?
No, he's going to until everybody stops booing him.
I mean, don't even when you do the guy that punches him go yeah, and when he throws a punch boo, say nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Not even
Crickets.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Crickets.
I'll give you an example
Yeah.
tonight. When Sammy was talking to Kurt and then Jinder came in and then Kurt made the line that you're going to have the match tonight, which normally a crowd would pop for that.
Yeah.
Well, that was yes.
When he said it, there was no reaction. Like
The match
who
no one
fucking
wants to see.
cares, right?
Yeah.
It's clearly the throwaway match of the night too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know we're not doing. Are we doing awards?
We're going to do a couple, nothing.
Okay,
else.
but I mean, clearly the throwaway match of the night.
In that sentence, you said a lot by saying just a few words. They care. Even though they're booing, that's why they're booing.
So that's how Vince is winning.
That's how he's
That's how he's
winning,
winning.
because they care.
Charlie Sheen
and they
style.
boo. If they didn't care, if Roman was Sammy or Jinder Mahal,
Do you think?
then they wouldn't give him any reaction.
think
But they
there's-
do give him a reaction.
Well, do you think there's a little bit of a Stockholm syndrome here?
How so?
I mean, are we secretly loving booing Roman?
Falling. Yeah,
Yeah,
That was the
you
plan
said
all
that,
along
but
for
I
me,
had a
think.
lot
that's
of
what
fun
Bob.
booing
That's
him.
what Bob says about us a lot. Is that
But-
we boo Roman just for the sake. of
Well,
it.
but my hatred and disapproval of him is natural, and it's real.
True.
And I
I
have,
felt that way.
and unlike what I've heard other people say, I do have reasons.
Right. We've discussed this on many shows.
Right.
The reasons that we have.
But I still kind of enjoys booing him.
And I think there's a large contingency that feels
Go get
that way,
Joey.
Rob, where they just like to boo him now. It's gone beyond. It's no more about. It's not about the reasons anymore for those people. Whereas for us, it still is about those.
But I
reasons.
think that crowd tonight was truly
Like, once again, that's the 1 out of 52 crowd.
okay.
They're the smart people. Like, I mean, if you go to, I don't know, Des Moines, or you go to somewhere like Denver, are they
Yeah.
really going to care that much?
No.
No.
Brian York, he said we're wasting our time giving Roman no reaction because reaction. You are stuck with Roman. You can't and won't change it.
No, who said that?
Brian York, Hitman.
Oh, Shitman?
Debbie Downer tonight.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, so look at these people.
literally not-
So you're thinking, look at these people being silent for Roman. That's great.
Literally, this is from the mouth of the people in the back that make the decisions. Look from them. No reaction is a damning thing. It's a damning thing.
It should
Absolutely.
be.
Yeah, so it would make it. It literally it would make a difference. It's like if you boycotted a business and bought none of their products, that business would go. They would go out of business, right?
Oh, I've
Everybody
always
take a
said that
bathroom
about
break.
McDonald's. If everybody wanted them to get better ingredients just for one day, you couldn't boycott McDonald's forever. I'm sure that would never work. But if everybody just for one day
Not for you, fatty.
boycotted McDonald's,
Boycott Roman Day.
then McDonald's would have to take notice and go, man, we didn't sell a goddamn thing today.
There you go. Start it up. Hashtag boycott Roman.
There you go.
Hashtag boycott Roman. All right, so there's our topics. Anything on the board before we move to the next part of the show?
No, just except for
There's never
we want
anything
to talk
on the
about
board when
Cena. It
Steve's
looks
looking.
like
Well, Noah says, okay, Jonathan says.
Steve can't see anything on there.
no, I can see it.
Jonathan first says Cena was spoon fed. Why? Because Vince said so. And then says they're doing the same thing with Roman. Noah says, well, Cena worked his ass off just like, to get in that position, but so is Roman. Roman is not working his ass off, Noah. I disagree with that completely.
Cena did not get 3 title reigns in 6 months after he was on the roster
Not to
for
mention,
less than 2 years.
Not to mention, Cena was a singles wrestler for a long time that came up through the mid card and then went up to main event status. Whereas Roman started as tag team champion and then pretty much was just thrown into the main event status once his tag team was disbanded.
Oh, almost immediately. As
so
soon as
there's
the
a big
little
difference
feud was
there
over.
on when you're saying, oh yeah, he worked to get where he got. I mean, yeah, Cena did, but Roman, he just hasn't. And the proof is
it's
there.
a bad comparison.
It's a very bad comparison.
Is the issue.
And usually I'm on your side, Noah, but right now,
Yeah, I mean, Cena's a 16-time champ at this point. Cena didn't get it all at once. That's why we're not so butthurt about the whole thing, is that Cena has been around for over a decade. He led for over a decade, and he was the face that ran the place.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
made several heels into people, and yes, he did squash people at Vince's
And
command.
so Sam the Third said he was shoved down our throat notes and booked terribly at first, but at least he did have a mid-card career.
It sure did.
Who,
And-
Cena?
Yeah,
Yeah, he had
it took him a full year.
He wasn't a Hall of Fame contender in 4 years.
Yeah, he won the U.S. over
Yeah.
Big Show at one Mania and was challenging
Yeah.
for the title the next year. But that
Okay.
was a full year later.
All right, I don't want to talk anymore about Roman. I'm getting sick. All right.
All
So, as you know, our Tuesday night show, SmackDown, hosted by Adam, the Jew who leads the crew.
That's me.
He was not always the Jew that leads the crew. He actually, at one time, was a follower of the mighty, the wonderful Mr. Jody here, who Jody is the actual Jew who leads the crew. So, I'm going to turn it over to Adam.
He's the head bomb.
He's the head bomb. The head of here's the true patriarch of the bomb squad. Let me just adjust the screen there so you guys can see.
You want to make sure?
Oh yeah, we gotta get Jody in there. All right, yeah, take your glasses off, Jody. Look,
All right, so Dad,
Right
I wanted to take this opportunity. It's not often I'll get you to be on a podcast, so I wanted to just give you some time for a minute. Tell us how much you enjoyed Mania or what you hated about it, etc. Just kind of give us your
this
thoughts.
Mania was better than the last Mania I got in Miami by far.
That was 5 years ago.
This was the wrestlers today are much more athletic. They almost have big stuntmen out there. They're just phenomenal. I go way back to one of my all-time favorites, Macho Man. Unfortunately, he's gone. Steamboat and those kind of guys that I remember from way back, and that's what I used to follow it very heavily.
What was your favorite match that you saw on Sunday? Remember, it's radio, so dead air is
Tag team match.
fucking killer.
what's that?
Tag team match.
Tag team match?
Tag team
The
match.
ladder-
was my
ladder
favorite.
match?
That was probably the best one.
Jody, tell me your thoughts on Goldberg?
Hate him.
Why?
You thought we were joking when we told you he was wrestling on this card.
I couldn't believe it from way back. The Goldberg goes way back with me, and I just was shocked to see him out there. It gets to a point in time where you got to let it go, and I think he's just hung on way too long.
But Dad, he's a tribe member. You got no love for him at all?
Nope.
No, none.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, no.
No, apparently
no.
the tribe doesn't care here.
Worse than Cena for me.
You are being so censored right now because earlier he was talking about Goldberg and it was like 15 minutes of him just railing
Dad,
into
we
it.
fucking swear and we
Yeah.
can say whatever
Oh,
the hell
really?
we want.
It's a bad
show.
Yeah.
well,
You can
Adam's
say what you really feel.
Let's put that there's assholes and there's shits, and the Goldberg's way at the top. All right, he's worse than any of those. I never could stand it when it was. He looks like a freaking baboon out there right now. He looks like his death. He looks like he should be on one of those stupid commercials for cereal. For God's sake, as an ape. He's just like what he is. I think he's a fucked up gorilla.
Hey, you wanted him not to hold back.
I don't know what to say. Okay, let's get Jody on the big one.
All right, big one, Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Oh, I miss him so. Oh my God, that was such a pleasure to be there, and one of the highlights of ever watching wrestling, to see one of my heroes, Taker, bow out. Nothing in the world like that. You can't compare that. And to just be there for that,
Yeah.
meant the world to me.
Okay, now that's a great high road moment for you. What did you think about the match that retired Taker?
Or the guy. Remember, it's radio, so dead
I
air.
know. Well, I'm sad.
You can just hum or
I'm
sing.
just sad. I didn't think much of the other side.
No.
No, didn't think much of the other side at all.
I can respect that. I mean, I think we all felt the emotions of the moment.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the man who bought me the pay-per-views when I was young. At Thanksgiving time, we watched Survivor Series, and around my birthday, we watched Mania. So I mean, he kind of raised me on the Taker. So I can see, since he doesn't know Roman, he doesn't have the level of hate. He was just sad that Taker was leaving.
Watch a few find out.
Oh,
know.
give me about a year. I'll hate him.
All right. All right. I'm down with that.
Or sooner. It won't take me long.
He's related to The Rock. Does that matter at all?
Well, I'll tell you what. I tell you, when I used to do tennis tournaments, Rock lived in Western Florida. The guy that did the tournaments with me knew The Rock. He lived right next to where his mother. Had a chance to meet Dwayne. He's a nice guy. He's a very peaceful man.
Yeah.
I was very surprised and very gentle and kind.
All right.
Do you remember when we were in Toronto when we met Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and Chavo Guerrero was there, but you and I both had no idea who he was.
Correct.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
So he's met some of the wrestlers, so we just lucked into that at a family
We
wedding.
did.
at
We
Sing
really
Hotel.
did. I know.
Well, Jody also joined us for Takeover. on Saturday night.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
Yeah,
You like that?
To see where Shinsei is going.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be smacked out
cannot
that way.
wait for that.
Okay.
Where he comes in.
This is a perfect time because I probably will not have my dad and Medine around again for the same thing. What did you think about the girl that spilled beer on Medine in the middle of the match that we then started chanting? I think you even chanted "Fall Down Drunk" with me.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so
Yes, they did. We not only once, they got kicked out by the cops, and she was nice to come back and sit her ass right next to us again.
In the
Even
seat
more
that she,
annoying.
In the seat that she took spilled the beer on.
Yeah.
So what she did, what the little bitch does is she something else with 4 letters that starts with, it sounds like bunt.
Oh, you see you next Tuesday.
Pours it on him and chicks him out, and then she backdoors him and comes back again. Really sweet.
Yeah.
Nice girl. Couldn't wish the worst for her.
yeah.
Nakamori.
yeah, Nakamori. Yeah, Nakamori. When the moon hits your eye,
I like a big piece of pie,
Nakamori. Oh,
mispronounced.
see what kind of fun you have.
I'll tell you who I was impressed with Rude.
Rude.
Very much.
Oh yeah,
He very much impressed with
He
Rude.
said he thought it was like ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh, did you? You thought he was like Rick Rude?
Yeah,
Very much so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
made that
think so.
comparison. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
Of the weekend for NXT, that just blews me
so
off.
out of NXT and WrestleMania, your favorite?
Well, I love DIY too.
Yeah,
Oh my God, they blew me away.
they are incredible.
They blew
I'm
me.
in a SmackDown.
DIY to SmackDown.
I need a lot
There
of
you go.
that.
You'll get that. I said they might come up.
Oh,
And
no,
what-
you said that they were going to come out and join your show too. That's what you said.
Oh, I did say that.
You
I was,
said
I
you're
was,
getting everything.
I was ribbing you.
You said that it's Hanukkah for you. You get 8 things, and I'm going to get 1 tomorrow, Shinsuke.
Right.
It's like Christmas. It's like Hanukkah reversal. I'm getting fucked. I'm going to get most likely on my show tomorrow, but he got all the
You
good
are?
ones. He got Kurt Angle. He got the Hardys.
Yes, the inside sources tell Shinsuke
Well, what
SmackDown.
can I tell you?
And
That's why he gets the big bucks.
I'm not gonna answer no.
You heard it here first.
Since Jody's new here, Noah had a question, but I'm not gonna. We can't answer. Yet.
Oh yeah, we got one of these little
Maybe he'll do
pervs
it.
on the board who always wants to know which wrestler you would want to screw if you had a chance to. You don't have to answer it, Dad, but Mom's never.
Well, I'll
gonna
tell
let
you
Dad
what.
say
Watching
it.
Beth Phoenix tonight at the Hall of Fame, I wouldn't turn her away.
There you go, Beth Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I wouldn't turn her away.
Glamazon.
I wondered where my taste
she's
for
got a
Beth came
kid.
from.
Still, what sloppy seconds will work for me.
Hey,
And Brian York
she's
says-
married to a guy named Adam.
I know exactly.
Brian York says Father Bomb Frizzly show where he shoots on current day WWE roster wrestlers.
There you go. You're in demand now, Jody.
Yeah.
I am.
You-
Oh, really?
you
Yeah.
entered the
Yeah, I like
podcast
it.
All right,
world.
Beth, hook me up. I'm waiting.
Yeah. No, not that demand.
Oh,
Our followers are.
Yeah,
loving
I
it.
Beth
understand,
Phoenix
I
is not on
understand.
the board swiping right on you, Dad. If anything, delete.
All right. So, Jody, you're more welcome to jump in on this with us. We're going to go ahead and do a little abbreviated version of the Rossum Awards tonight. And, Jody, these are the awards we give to the show. Okay, LOL moment of the night. And this is your funniest moment of the night that maybe give you a little tickle in that special little area, as we like to say. So, Jody, do you have a moment tonight that gave you a little bit of chuckle?
On what?
On Raw.
In that title game, so he might.
That really, the play with, the crap with the new guy in charge was a little bit bush league, but I thought it was, that was surprised. That
means
shocked
Kurt
me.
Angle.
That shocked me.
Okay. All right. What you got for your LOL?
Mine, I'll say it better than him because I know the people's names, but Kurt Angle had me fucking laughing a ton tonight. Just the whole yeah, sure, okay, yeah, let's do it. All right, yeah, I'll get the.
I don't know what you just said.
Yeah, his character was just perfect.
All right, Stevie.
Give it to the New Day with the new melting ice cream gear tonight. They look surprisingly like ball sacks. I'm just saying.
It looks like your ball sacks, I believe.
Yeah. I wanted to change that design.
Medine.
While Kurt Angle did hit the ground running,
Yes, he did.
and the New Day has some brand new attire.
Yes, they-
to the Revival for kicking over the ice cream bike.
Oh, that was great.
Hilarious.
That was
and
really
then
good.
really established their we're here. We mean business. We're
Yeah.
not here for no ice cream bullshit.
Well, and they even attacked
proceeded to beat
Kofi
the shit out of
afterwards.
it. Yeah, they beat the
who
shit out of
wasn't
that.
even in the match.
Yeah. My I'm going to agree with the Kurt Angle one. I am so excited because I think his perfect chemistry or mixture of comedy is something that has been missing from Raw.
Well, it's something no one's been able really to duplicate.
Right.
That blend.
Yes. Delightful. All right, so marked out moment of the night. We'll start with you again, Jody. This is that moment of the night that made you kind of get excited, like, oh, wow, that kind of wow moment. Was there anything tonight that got you wowed?
This should be good.
If you don't, you can say pass.
Pass.
Okay. Go ahead, Adam.
I don't think you understood what marked out means. That's why. Mine
You're
for me.
you're such a loving son.
I know, right? Mine is
Only because he's on the air right now.
John Rodriguez Stevens. Have a good night, John.
Good night, John.
It's Juan Rodriguez.
John says John here.
He's became John.
There's more than one Rodriguez.
No, he was Juan.
It's actually
earlier in
the
board.
eighth most popular last name in the country.
That's the same guy.
Whatever.
says John.
What's your marked out moment?
My marked out moment is probably just the return of Finn. I'm just happy to have him back.
Yeah.
Even though it's I watch Raw for Finn.
Stevie.
I kind of expected to Finn things, so I kind of marked out when the revival came out.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure if they were going to be part of this night. But
Yeah, a lot of marked out moments
see that.
tonight. That's definitely one of them. Medine.
While Finn made everybody cheer, and the revival was a big surprise,
Are you going to recap
the
us that
7
time?
deities have proclaimed that the appearance of Broken Mats and Brother Nero is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I thought
Delightful.
Wait, I thought. How about Lesnar?
Lesnar. Okay.
How about that shot? That could be interesting.
That was my mark out moment. My mark out moment was when Braun went toe to toe.
Right.
Nose to nose.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
If I could pick one, I'll go back and say that
Disappointing when he
instead.
backed away.
Yeah, well, minus the second half, but the
Yeah.
initial pop was,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. All right, so let's do a new one here for our special episode. Best new arrival, and this counts injury and call ups and whatever you want. Case you. So we'll start with Medine on this one, and we'll go towards Jody. Best new arrival for you personally.
I thought the way the revival established themselves from day one is forward that they're not going to lay down. They're going for gold soon.
Stevie.
the best new arrival was Kurt Angle for me, because he's going to add a little comic element and down to business kind of GM role, so I'm happy with that.
All right, Adam.
They kind of stole mine, so I'm going to fucking shock the world here. I think the best new arrival or injury, since you said me that, is Emma.
Yeah, I knew
Simply because that division needs a kick in the ass. The one rivalry they have not done is Nia Charlotte, which I'm really excited that they kind of started that tonight. And Emma mixes it up in the division with the other people. If she fights Bayley, if she fights Sasha, if they do whatever with her, it's all new.
Yeah.
And that, while being the superior one, has become stale. So she, by entering, gives that division a shot in the pants.
That's actually really well thought out.
Thanks, man.
I'm shocked by that one.
I know. I told you I was
It's
shocking. you.
insane.
It's about the women.
Jody, who did you enjoy seeing? And I know everybody's a new arrival to you.
I'll tell you something.
Okay, let's see who he says.
The experience on the mats is just
Yeah.
phenomenal. I'm very highly impressed, and I can't wait to see what happens with him in the future.
Love it. I love it.
He sounds like Greg Popovich or some of his answers. He just gives the generic. I can't wait to see what they do.
You should never buy him another gift again. So best
Yeah, but at least Pop wins championships.
the best new arrival for me would be the revival. I
see what you did there.
You like that? You might not like it, but you see what I did.
Sir Sam the Third says,
All right, well, give me some of the board's picks on all these things. I've been
it's slowed down. There's nobody picking right now, so we just kept
There's never anything when Steve.
Steve,
There's nothing new.
there's 40 lines on there.
And it's old.
There's
They
really
were talking
no-
about Cena earlier.
Yeah,
Page
they're-
News, you wanna
Well,
hear
okay,
that?
when I say the board, just bring up something that's on there. It doesn't have to be current.
Well, JD's with us, by the way.
I don't need
loves
JD.
Page, and Noah asked how big.
No, I don't. I don't need JD, Steve.
Okay, but that's all it's.
You know fucking better.
Juan Rodriguez is saying that he's John Rodriguez. He says because the show went PG, so did I.
Oh,
Oh.
Anyway,
We didn't go PG.
I don't know what he's talking. I thought
fuck
No,
you
he's
talking
not paying
about?
attention.
the revival coming out in colors, even with their visual up on the board and some tights, gotta change that up. Make it all black or something
do you
that's not
think that
blue.
there's any way that they're not on Raw because it was an open challenge and they just were there tonight for
Yeah.
the pop?
No, I mean,
No,
what?
they're
so
on.
what? They just beat
They're
the shit out
there.
of New Day.
They're there.
No.
Okay.
They just started a program at New Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no reason to start it without that.
All right, so I'm not going to do a botchiest award for everybody because I thought tonight was
Because the women did well. So
And the drop kick, Nia jumped out of the ring before.
yeah.
Botch.
I do want to give an honorary bocce award to the crowd for
playing in
playing in a Roman and the fucking is playing them. You did everything they wanted you to do. They sent, and they knew exactly what you were going to do.
I said, "Fuck you, Roman." I bet you Vince came in his pants right there.
Oh, loved it.
Highlight came out there.
He started when it says
There's going to be so much press off of that. So much. So let's just go ahead and do the Rossumist Award. The Rossumist Award it's just given to that individual throughout the show that it was just it's the VP of the night, right? Let's start with Adam on this one, then we'll go to Jody.
Mine's going to be the Hardys because of the character. The weird blend of Broken Matt and WWE Jeff is kind of headed in a different way because Jeff still, and they still do the same moves in
They're
either
towing that
character
line.
set. But Jeff looks like the 3-time WWE Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Hardy, and Matt is doing the best work that he's ever done in Broken Matt, and I like the dichotomy to see the future of
We'll
it.
read your Rossumist, so go ahead and put them up there. What you got, Steve?
Stevie
Trying
thinks
to
the
get board
board
refreshed.
Oh,
Oh,
not
the
working.
board might have locked, so Stevie might actually
I
be
got
right
the
that
two
there
and
wasn't
all of
anything
that.
for a change.
okay. Well, I hope we're still on the air
Yeah.
because we're not recording audio,
Looks like
so
we're still streaming.
we're only video. All right. So Rossumist for let's go, Medine.
The Rossimus Awards
Yeah.
got to go to the chairman because he changed the face by saying, "Hey, we got a new GM," and then brings out Kurt. So
What do you think
I'm
about
gonna
the
give it to
Teddy?
Vince.
Oh, it's great. That was funny.
It was all
My
right.
bad.
It was all right.
Jody, so who was your show MVP? Who do you think made a name for themselves?
Please.
Hardy's? Okay. That's easy. Single answer for me. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
You got the board back going yet?
Yeah, and mine's gonna be Feller.
Okay.
For the Rossumist for me because he's back.
Okay. My Rossumist, and I will do the board. I think Finn's too easy,
Yeah.
and they didn't give him anything to go with. They just reintroduced him. So I really don't know who to give it to here. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Roman for having that crowd in the palm of his fucking hand.
Wow.
My
Can I hit the buzzer?
yeah, I
I
wish
don't
we
like-
had the sound.
I tasted
Are
the
you
throw.
trying to outshock me because I
Seriously.
complimented the women? Now you're giving Roman Reigns just
You're
yourself
gonna love
out.
here in a
You just
minute.
gave Roman Reigns your Ross.
I am
award.
throwing up in my mouth. But you know what? I'm. This is that moment in time where I'm taking
You
a
just
stand.
gave me the host of the
No.
year next year.
I'm taking this. Well, that's fine. I'm taking a stand here. I'm like, you know what? We talk shit about him nonstop. If you guys want him, then let's have him.
Well, then again,
You know,
Trump
if
did
you-
Wincy. Maybe he will win.
If
again.
you're gonna do everything in your power to continue to feed the beast, then fuck it. You're my Rossumist.
you gave him
fucking
your
win.
highest honor
wins. Look, he wins.
on the Raw after
He's
Wrestle.
time champion. He took out the Undertaker. His career.
You want to
Now,
just give up?
Royal
Not
Rumble winner.
everyone in the marked out
Tag-
fact sees the threads sometimes that go between Roman, but this is what happens when Bob wears Rob down to the point where it doesn't matter Rob's opinion anymore. He just is done with Bob, and he just concedes, and he'll kind of say, yeah,
No,
Bob,
I'm
you win,
conceding.
whatever.
I'm conceding to Vince right now.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're doing it on air.
Yeah, I don't like it, and I'm not. This doesn't mean I'm gonna stroke Roman every show. I'm just saying that my Rossumist this week is Roman because as much as I hate it, Roman did everything that they wanted him to do, even if he did it shitty, and he got every response they wanted to get for him, and we sheeped right into that shit.
That is not a good pick. It's not a bad pick. It's the
pick.
used tampon stuffed in your mouth and lit like a firecracker pick.
And it tastes like that.
yeah, enjoy.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not tasting that.
Well, we got on the board. Anything, Steve? Well, Steve or anybody?
Sir Sam III gave the Revival for their little touches, pushing over the truck and taking out Kofi, and just New Day, no frills versus all thrills. kind
Well,
of thing.
you know what's great about this, guys, is this is probably the first since the brand split, and it's only one night in that we have a true fucking rivalry
Yeah.
with no belts involved.
Yeah.
Think about that. There is no championship line, and it's already kicked off with the kicking over of a stupid bicycle and umbrella cart. And we're like, fucking shots fired. Let's go. New Day versus Revival.
Yeah, I'm fucking in. All right, guys, so we're going to do our Smart Mark takeaways, our final thoughts. We're not just going to do it on Raw, so I'm into this, but we're going to do our final thoughts here for the entire weekend because we leave tomorrow morning to go back to Charlotte. And, it's been a great weekend. So let's start with Medine for your overall thoughts, final thoughts on the weekend, Raw, whatever you want to say.
I should have left earlier this morning to get to the airport. I missed because I obviously missed my plane, and then I ended up missing the afternoon podcast contributed on. You guys need more outlets at the airport in order to plug your phone so that you could charge. Luckily, I found one, but then I bogarted the only one that was around. So I kept getting dirty looks from people while I was charging my phone. Of course, I gave them the dirty looks right back.
What,
like,
was it a pregnant
like the
lady
Roman
whose
Reigns
water
did.
broke?
Was it Vince McMahon or?
No, he had his own. He walks around with his
Okay,
own
let's
charger.
take away on the wrestling.
Oh, you
product.
said anything I wanted.
I didn't. Okay.
It was
Wrestling-
It did involve the weekend.
Medin's moment of how he fucked up.
Exactly how I fucked up ended up on the night show instead of the afternoon show. But
So Poke Rodriguez.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
we got to
what.
share the couch with you, me and Stevie.
Biggest
meant on the
takeaway
ride
from
back,
the
the one in
weekend.
the van.
Yeah.
Biggest,
Make it sound any better.
biggest takeaway from the weekend is that even though there was a weak card, or what perceivably was a predictable card, the pageantry and
That's
just
easy for you to
everything, the
say.
lighting, the production made the show great. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Orlando. You're a strange, magical place.
Being there with all of us made it.
Thoughts on the weekend? And Raw.
My
Whatever.
final thoughts were I'm going to have to follow Golda and Brian's lead and attend more of these indie shows because the Progress show on Friday.
Progress.
Fucking-
Progress.
That's the only thing you guys missed because there were some spots and moves in that show were how good it was.
Well, and I think they talked about bringing it to the show for Thursday, so spot coming up.
Wouldn't mind it.
All right. You good?
And I saw a Page doppelganger.
You did see a Page doppelganger. That's pretty cool. Adam, smart mark takeaway, sir.
Me for the weekend, I think it's enjoyable having the whole faction there. Kudamas for giving us some time away because we to be like a full mark participant in the crowd. I know she couldn't be on the podcast tonight, but like it was nice to have her there because sometimes she sews with us.
Yeah.
So we literally had everybody there except for Golda who bought a ticket, but he's kind of a rook anyway. So
Yeah.
He got to go to Ring of Honor.
You don't count, Golden.
yeah, the other thing is I'm a leader and stuff tonight because I'm not an optimistic person, and Rob got it tonight with the Hardys being completely there on his roster. He gets the revival. He gets
Possibly JR.
Well,
lost Taker. They
when
gotta do
Lord, when's my? You keep taking away from me. You took Morrow.
He's
You're
giving
about
you.
to
He's
take
giving you a
AJ.
baby.
We're going to take AJ.
Well, I'm talking for wrestling.
I know,
yes.
I know.
I'm not really talking to God. I'm talking
I
to.
wouldn't expect it.
In this case, the wrestling lore gods.
You learn
My
about
dad
that.
wishes he could play that well, but
You're doing fine.
So the takeaway for the weekend is just I did have a blast. I did enjoy my dad on the podcast here. I'd love to did that shit happen to test with him. Just give him the storylines he doesn't know about.
I just call him from the studio, every couple of weeks and throw it on the tape.
All right, yeah, Dad. We'll bring you back for a segment.
Oh boy, you're now
You
you're.
have any final thoughts on the
Oh my
weekend?
God, yes, it was
Any
great meeting
thoughts
all
at
of
all?
you guys and everybody involved. It was terrific, but I'll tell you something: we never had layers in wrestling like NXT back when I was there. It is so much more exciting because you can see every developmental part of wrestling right now. We never had that opportunity before. And now I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing who's coming, and I'm seeing who has the talent to come to the next level and see who I can appreciate coming through with all their hard work and diligence to get to that level. And that, to me, is probably the most exciting thing I will take away from this.
Cool.
Yeah, because OVW and that was never televised nationally, or FCW, or Memphis Championship, or anybody of the low territories.
Got to say, I love that final thought.
Thank you.
Pretty good. My final thought is, and if you go back to the earlier WrestleMania our reaction show to Mania from this afternoon, I geeked out on to me. So you hear me just kind of gush over how much of a great weekend I had. There's one thing I thought about today when I was trying to think what my final thought would be for the weekend was as a business owner, and if you are, then you'll understand what I'm saying here. You always start out very simple and very ignorant. You have an idea, and you don't know how to maybe achieve that idea, so you try new things, and then those new things become permanent. You figure out how to, and then you try something out in addition to that, and pretty soon you have a full system rates flawlessly and is just what it was meant to be. And watching Mania, I picture Vince McMahon Sr., Jody, in the old territory days. And I see him with a wrestling ring in an armory or a school gym,
Yep.
a couple guys, a bell, and then one day they went, hey, how can we make this a little bit better? Let's add a little bit of music. Okay, well, we fucked the music up a couple times. Now we got it right. So now they get entrance music. How do we make it a little bit better? Let's do it. I'll do that. Okay, we fucked it up a couple times. Now it's doing great. Okay, now we need this. Okay, now we need that. So in this 33 years of a building process with WWE to get it right. And then I just think about that. As a business owner, I think about what Vince has done. As much as you might hate Vince, what he had to do, he does.
No doubt about that.
I mean, you think about it. He didn't have a social media department at one point. Didn't have an HR department at one point. He had to put everything together into people that could do it.
He didn't even have the testing and stuff that they do. Like,
No.
you could just go and fucking take whatever you want, steroids, just show up to the ring on time.
He had to bring all the elements that we have today that never had it before.
Oh, exactly. And you got to think that in his start, I mean, those rings probably tape, so they can figure out a better way to do it.
Yeah.
You know how many broke when they like took it down in one city and it's back together the next night in another city, and
Yeah.
they're having to find a way.
So my point in telling you that, and being kind of long-winded, I apologize. My point in telling you that is we get so caught up as wrestling fans in the talent and in the storylines, and that is why we watch wrestling. You know, that's the main reason. But let's all fans of what they are giving us, because the crew that do the work and that formulate these ideas and test them and then master them give us the product that we saw on Sunday, and it's noteworthy. It's noteworthy for history. I mean, it's something that WrestleMania is in my opinion is bigger than Super Bowl.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, not on pop, not as far as fan base, not as far as mainstream media attention, but as far as the
Well, you only get one winner with the Super Bowl. We got 10 yesterday.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and different angles to look forward to.
Yeah, they wheel somebody out in the halftime and they do a show.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait at the end, after the game for an entire offseason. We
Right.
got another taste tonight.
Yeah, and we were fortunate enough to see, because the tent blew all the roof off all the tents holding the production crew's little area, so you could see all the guys in there doing their thing, and it was like there's an army of people behind the scenes doing this.
Oh, that's just there. They got them in the trucks outside.
Oh, they're in the
too.
trucks and they're in
And
Gorilla
there
and
everybody that all the seats that were blocked out behind that tent.
Yeah.
There was another booth right above it.
yeah. So I just remember that as a wrestling fan. Let's appreciate all the things that we do get when we bitch about Roman and how much we hate this and we hate that guy, and I don't want to watch this fucking guy that and this fucking guy that. Just consider what you do get. And what you do get is a product that stands alone. Nothing comes close.
Upper echelon.
Yeah, upper echelon. Anything on the board before we finally say goodnight?
Well, Sir Sam the Third had one final thought. He said we
call
call him
him
Sam,
Sam.
so I'm going to call him Sam from now on. But he said his takeaway are things are looking up for the WWE despite predictable booking. They put on a hell of a card with tons of amazing moments,
I
and
agree.
they have some interesting feuds to look forward to.
I agree with that. All right. Anything else on
And he
there?
also said, thanks for the podcast, too, guys. Keep me well entertained at work here in Australia.
All right.
Hopefully we'll get
Aussie,
a chance
Aussie,
to
Aussie.
tune in again next week while on my holidays. So.
All right, don't forget
Well,
we got
have a fun holiday, too.
Enjoy your free health care.
we have other shows. We got Smarkdown tomorrow. And we got Takedown on Thursday. So we got lots coming up.
So we are going to do SmackDown tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. All right.
oh yeah. We gotta.
Okay.
I'm the Iron Man
Wrong
streak.
thing.
Well, we are. I'm telling you what. This upcoming
use the hell out
weekend,
of that.
don't call me. Don't text me. I
Yeah.
am sleeping every freaking day.
You think that, but you have two children that will not allow that.
Daddy.
Okay. I meant you, motherfuckers. Like,
Oh.
you're the extra
I
part.
don't want to see you after tomorrow.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
You work Thursday.
We don't have to watch NXT on.
We don't have to watch Walking Dead anymore after we watch our finale here. So
Yeah.
I'm done with you for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and again, Wednesday we saw it live.
Yeah.
Because it was before
We
Takeover.
did, so we don't have to-
even have to meet up on Wednesday.
That's
That's right, we did see the tape.
We saw the tape version. Yeah. So
No spoilers.
dude,
No spoilers.
I'll just say this: people, if you don't watch NXT, watch NXT on Wednesday because
damn funny.
it's funny.
El Vagabundo.
Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin it.
Well, you're such a
I think
dick.
you did
You're
earlier.
such a dick, man.
There's a new wrestler that debuts,
So
and he's awesome.
yeah, for Kiara, who unfortunately is not here, she's on kid duty, and for Brian, who is
Sleep.
I think
Bed
he's either he's sleeping or he's in downtown Orlando hunting down Emma.
I think he saw Emma tonight, and that just kind of made him want to go. away from
Or
her.
he mistakenly went back to his family's house
Right.
in Vero Beach 2 hours away when he thought it was like a 20-minute drive.
Right. For Gold, you dumbass, didn't he? For Golda, who had some bad luck this weekend on his birthday, but also did some great indie work or indie Instagrams for us. A lot of stuff on Instagram
Ring
about
of
the
Honor
Ring of
stuff.
Honor show and things. So for Golda and for
Lots of spoilers tonight.
yeah
for us.
for Mr. Medine who flight. It's his
Just so I could be on the nighttime podcast.
That's what was tested. That was intentional.
So he could ride in the marked out machine. That's
Yeah, how
what it
much
is.
you pay for that flight? You're not going to see back.
It's only 160.
Oh, gosh. Mr. Steve Awesome, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
You're lucky you can ride home with us.
Adam, say goodbye.
Later.
Joe.
Thrill.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We had a wonderful, fun weekend. Tomorrow night, back in the studio, doing our thing. So, yeah, everybody mark out like no one is watching. We'll catch you on the flip side.